What I want to share with you is that Jim is not as craftful as you and I. He's not experienced as you and I. He doesn't understand the verbiage, the language, the dynamics of loan terms like you and I, right? And so Jim believes that the only way to lower his $3,000 mortgage payment is to lower the rate. Jim also thinks that the lower the rate, the lower the payment. And so Jim thinks that if I ask for a 1.15% lower rate, then it's going to save me enough money so I could do other things. Well, those other things that Jim has in mind is what we need to extract. And that's why we need to agree. And so it would sound something like this. Yeah, no worries, Jim. I just need to make a quick note here because I'm going to ask for the pricing exception from my manager before I send it out to you. He's going to ask me, and I just want to help you save some time so I don't have to keep calling you back, is what you plan on using monthly savings for. So Jim might say, well, I plan to use the monthly savings to pay down my credit card debt that I had to rack up because I had a hole in my roof, or because I needed a new garage, or because my wife made me do the master bedroom or the master bathroom, right? And then you find out that there is $20,000 in debt. But see, Jim never told you about that. Jim never told you about the $50,000 in debt. Jim never told you about the $30,000 judgment that's about to levy his bank and garnish his wages. Jim never told you about the child support that increased. Jim never told you about Susie's loss of overtime, right? But they wouldn't have. Why would they? Why would they? Because they were transferred from a customer service representative who they didn't want to talk to. But now, because you know what pulls them, now you have a little bit more leverage to keep Jim on the phone, right? And so if Jim says, well, I'm going to go and plan to use the monthly savings to go pay off my other debt. Got it. Let me go and make a quick note on the credit report, besides the mortgage, of course, how much total in credit card debt and auto loans. He's gonna say, about 30 grand in credit card debt, and I got about 20 grand in car loans. Got it. Of the credit card debt, how much do you send? This looks good because we need to know if you're sending the minimum or you're sending above and beyond. What do you think they're gonna say? They say, well, right now I send the minimum. Got it. Okay, well, here, I have an idea. Let me see if I can get you approved still, even though you're sending the minimum payment, or even though you're not sending a big chunk of monthly payments towards that debt right now, because I believe the only way that you're going to increase the payment you send to the credit cards, and the only way you're going to have a chance of paying off these credit cards and avoid going into a deficit and avoid depleting your assets and avoid depleting your 401k or other liquid reserves that you need to protect. Let me see if I can get an exception for you. I'm going to ask a few basic questions. This is going to let me know if we can deliver this to you. And if I can, I'm going to show you exactly what I can do. If I can't, I'm going to point you in the right direction, because it looks like to me that you're only headed in one direction. And if I let you go right now, you're going to continue in that direction. And that's a dangerous direction. So let me show you how to turn the ship around. Right? And so now they can't fight you with that. But the issue is when you tell them, now let me go and teach you how to turn the ship around, you jump into it. Now the rest of the momentum of your conversation is moving forward to the complete of the application. Does that make sense? So you're not saying, well, let me show you how to turn the ship around. Is it okay if I move forward? Don't ask that. If you're ever asking, is it okay if I do an application? Is it okay if I ask you a couple questions? Is it okay if we do a 1003? Is it okay? Don't ask if it's okay on outbounds. Just let them know. Assume the close. Assume that they're going to agree. Because when you assume that they're going to agree and they're just going to take it, then your tonality changes, and it gives the impression that it's on its way regardless, boo-boo. It's about to come to you regardless. It's going to go to this email. And so how do you fight something if it's already on its way? You're just like, all right, well, send it, right? That's how you would think. But where we are given a choice, where we can say, no, we don't want to go forward, is when we're given a choice, right? Like, all right, well, is it okay if I ask a few questions? Well, now here's my out. No, it's okay. I don't got any time. Now I can come up with an excuse. And because I gave that excuse, even if you said something savvy or crafty to me, like a good rebuttal, even then I, as an individual, because I made up that lie or I made up that excuse, oh no, I don't got any time, I have to now defend that choice. Right? It's not like I can come back and say, all right, let's go. Because then that's a sign of weakness, like desperation. And these people are smart. They're smart. You got to understand that engagement.